صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ويا مولاي يا رسول الله صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ويا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة غريب يا مظلوم كربلاء يا ليتنا كنا معكم سعادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. صدق الله العلي العظيم. نسأل الله أن يتقبل أعمالنا وأعمالكم ويعجل في فرج مولانا صاحب الأمر والزمان. بركة الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Zayq in Arabic is mean move from the right path. It mean moving. It's not straight. Somebody when he walk, he didn't walk straight. He walk like curve or go around. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He teach us to pray to Him, to say, رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. Oh God, don't make our heart move from the right path, which is the right path is the wilayat of the Muhammad and wa ali Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Zayg is mean inhiraf, moving from the right path. When Prophet Isa, Jesus peace be upon him, he asked the people, he told them, what's the most important in the house? They said the most important when we build the house is the foundation. Because without the foundation, the house is not going to be good. So that's what the people says. And he says, وَأَنَا عِيسَى ibn Maryam, and I am Jesus. I said no. The last brick you put in this house is the most important thing. The last thing you put in your house before you live in this house, this is the most important. What's the meaning behind this? It says it's not enough to say I am a believer. You have a good foundation, you have a good basic. You have to continue to be in good, and you have to die, and you are on the right path. The last thing, the last minute, you have to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the aqibah, when we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we said, Allahumma inna nas'aluka husn al-aqibah. Oh God, give us the last thing in our life to be with the truth, with the good, with the be straight with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's most important, because you find a people, he spent his life, he's as a religion person, but his life ending with he become a bad person. He become an unbeliever. There is a story, it says the man is a worshipper in the Bani Israel. For 40 years he worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the cave, far away from the people. In Bani Israel they have a man, his daughter became sick, very ill. She cannot talk, she didn't feel good. And that day the doctors saw her, he gave her some medicine, doesn't work. They said maybe you take her to the worshipper. the worshiper in the cave, he can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pray for her. So maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her a cure. So this family take the girl, she's about 20 years old, to this worshipper, the one who worshiped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 40 years in the mountain. So he prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but nothing happened to her. One of her family said, maybe it's best if we leave our daughter here for a few days and you continue to pray to her. Continue to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, maybe He can cure her. He said, okay. Then the family gone, the girl was laying down there, and the Satan came to the worshipper, to the Abid. He said, hey, this is the girl. She's pretty, she's young. Keep the Satans, push the worshipper to do adultery. In the end of the night, he slept with the girl. He raped the girl. Then he looked to himself what he did. The Satan come to him again. And he said, hey, it's okay. See, that's the thing is, when somebody go outside, especially in this country, and do bad thing, and they say, we'll give him advice, some people tell him, it's okay. This is America, this is the country. No, it's not okay. So they told him, it's okay, don't worry, but there is a problem. He said, what's the problem is? He said, she gonna talk, maybe now she cannot talk, maybe later she will talk. Then if she talk, people will find out what you did. He said, what I have to do? He said, the best way to do, kill her. Kill her and bury her. If the family came, tell her she passed away because she's already ill before. So what this worshipper did, he killed the girl and he buried her. Next day, her family came. Where's our daughter? Says she passed away last night and I buried her, this is her grave. Satan came as a human and he told them he's a liar. He raped your daughter last night and he killed her. They brought the knife and close to his neck, he confessed what he did. They bring him to kill him. This is the worshipper. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Bani Israel 40 years. Before they put his head so they can hit him with the sword, the Satan come to him and says, look, I am the one put you in this position and I can help you. He said, please do. He said, but I have one condition. He said, what? He said, I want you to do sujood for me. Worship me. Do sujood for me. He said, I cannot do the sujood. Now I'm laying down. They're going to cut my head. He said, just close your eyes and open it. That is a sign you worship me. He said, okay, I will do that. He closed his eyes. He opened it. The Satan started to laugh. Then in the same minute, the sword came and cut his head. Spent 40 years worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he ended worship Satan. So that's why we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it says, Allahumma inna nas'aluka husn al-aqibah. The last thing what the Jesus, peace be upon him, says the most important is the last thing, the last break you put in the house. The last thing before we die, it is the most important, is we can continue in the right path. That's the important. And Allah give everybody, all of us, give us the test. He tests us every single day. At work, with the family, with everything. Allah said in the Quran, Surah Al-Nahl, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alif Lam Mim. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. You think they're going to leave you alone without test? ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فلنعلمن الذين صدقوا ولنعلمن الكاذبين. We did test the people before you. So we want to see which one on the right, which one going to stay on the right path. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put this ayah. رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا. Oh Allah, don't move our heart from the right path. There is two brothers. One of them, he worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the tent in the desert. The other one is a jewelry. He sells gold. He has a store in the market. And usually a man who do business like that, he deals most of the time with the women. Women buy the gold. So the man who worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the tent in the desert, he has somebody want to go to the city. He said, if you want to go to visit the city, I have a brother, he's a juryman there, he's very famous. Go, and I have gift for you to give him. He said, okay. He said, when are you going to go? He said, tomorrow. He said, okay. So what this guy did, the worshipper, he has a strainer for the tea, small strainer. He put the water on it, and the water didn't go through the strainer. And he gave it to the guy, said, take it to my brother. He said, okay. So the man, he keep it until he reached the city. When he went to the city, he said, this is your brother, say salam to you, and this is a gift to you. The strainer is full of the water cannot go through it. So the man was, in his store, was sitting in the chair. So the top of the chair, he put a piece of wood, and he tied the strainer there. Then he told the Bedouin man, he said, when you're going to back again to the desert, I have some gift to my brother. He said, okay. Tomorrow, he said, okay, tomorrow come in the morning, I will give you the gift. I just give you, this is it, the story, so there's meaning behind the story. So the man came in the morning, he was boiling, he has a charcoal, and because he was fixing some jewelry. So he grabbed in his naked hand the one of the charcoal, where it is in the fire, and he put him in the piece of the curtain. The curtain doesn't burn, the charcoal doesn't still lighting. He said, this is a gift, give it to my brother. So the man took this gift and he went to his brother and he showed him. He said, wow, how come he reached this level and he lived with the people? I thought if I stay away from the people and live in the desert, worship Allah, I will be high level than others. So the man who worship Allah in the desert, he came back to see his brother. So he came to the city, he saw his man, his brother, hug him, how are you doing? Everything is good, alhamdulillah. He said, I need to use the bathroom. Can you sit in my seat? Just a few minutes. If somebody came, tell them I'm not here. He said, okay. So his brother went, the juryman went to the bathroom, and the man was sitting in his chair. The one came from the desert. He's sitting, then women came. There's two girls came, very pretty. They came in front of him. This man, he never see a girls. He live in the desert. They opened their abba, and they start to talk to him about some necklace. He said, I'm not the man who owned the store. He said, let's see it. He said, okay. So he gave them a necklace, but in purpose, he touched the hand of the girls. He said, in that moment, the water from the strainer come direct to his head. His brother came back from the bathroom and said, what you did? I've been like 20 years here, the water didn't come on my head. So it is like that. It's not to be alone and sit at home and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How to deal with the people, how to deal with the business here, how to deal with the activity every single day, and keep your religion. That is most important. How to keep your religion. And we are living in this society, and especially Florida is completely away from Idaho. Idaho is a little bit, the women, they have a little bit, the clothes is a little bit maybe longer. Here is because there is a beach and there is these things, so there's a lot of mischief around you. And how you keep your eyes away from to do the same. This is the important thing, to raise your level. You can be here and your level be higher than a lot of people. So we are praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us on the right path. Allah did test for everybody. Did test for everything. At the work, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a test. We deal with the family, with the kids, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a test. So everything is a test for Allah, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It says when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the baby, a baby, when he was in the mother's stomach, is comfort, is warm, the food came to him, the drink came to him, everything he wants is there. It says the riwayat from Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. It says when the time he want to go out, there is angel came and tell him, you are going to go out from this place. He said, where? He said, some place they call it earth. There is a tree, there is a river, there is cities. A baby in the stomach of the mother, he couldn't understand how big this place is. So what he asked the angel, he asked him, says, do you mean this place is a little bit bigger than what the place I am in? So he thought this is the basic place he live in. He don't know until he came out. Until he came out, then he was warm, now he feel cold. The food was come to him without any activity, now he has to work hard to suck the milk. Then, when he came to this earth, all the babies, their hands are tied. That's how they want to own the stuff. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, he has a beautiful speech. He said, you see the baby when he came to the earth, his hand is tied. Make sure when you leave this earth, and usually people who leave the earth, before he died, his hand is open. It means what? Look, I got nothing from this dunya. Nothing. So, Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, he says, make sure. Because when you're born, everybody happy, except you cry. Because it's a different environment. Amir al-Mu'minin says, make sure when you die, you are going to be happy. Even the people around you, they cry. Make sure you have you're going to be in the heaven. That is the most important. A human, before he died, 4 angels came to him. The first one came, he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put me responsible about your food. All the food you got from this earth, I'm responsible about it. I look to your food, you have even no one bite left for it. That's it. It's done. Second king came, second angel came. He says, I am the one responsible about your drink. I look, even you don't have even small sip. You have no drink left for you in this earth. That's the second angel. The third one, he says, I am the one responsible about your amal. Your amal. And you cannot do any amal now. That's it. You're done. No, this earth. That's why it says, dunya. مزرعة الآخرة اليوم عمل ولا حساب وغدا حساب ولا عمل. Today you can work but there is no count. Tomorrow there is a count but you cannot do work. And the 4 angel king says, I am Malikul Maut. I am the one responsible about your soul and your breath. You have the breath, you took the breath, that's it. You cannot take the breath out. That's it. It's finished. Everything is finished. Then that woman says, رَبِّ ارْجِعُونَ, oh God, bring me back. لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا, maybe I can do a good deed. He told the angels, give me 1 month. Then he said, give me 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour. Give me 1 hour, let me do good deed. Let me do amal khair, let me build a mosque, let me do this, let me spend the money for this. It's over. Allah give us an opportunity in this earth to do the amal khair. Until you reach the level of death, that's it. You cannot do anything. And don't think is for sure, certain 100% you put your will and you said your family spend this money for this, spend this money for this. There is no guarantee your family will do that. They will inheriting your money. So as soon you have a health, you still live in this earth, do a good deed. Do the stuff you can do to support the Islam and help the Islam. It says the most worst moment in the day of judgment. أعظم حسرات المؤمن يوم القيامة حسرة عبد جمع ماله في معصية الله. A one who collect all his money from haram. فأورثها من أنفقها في سبيل الله. The one inheriting this money, he spent it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فدخل بها الأول النار. The first one he went to the hell. ودخل بها الثاني الجنة. The second one he went to the heaven. It's the same money. One he collected from the haram, the other one he spent it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he find out it is his money put somebody else in the heaven but cannot put him there, cannot protect him from the hell. So this is a life, go very fast. We don't know what the test Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared for us. So as soon as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the health, give us the wealth, we can do the amal khair, spend to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, support the Islamic center, support the religion, support the voice of Ahlul Bayt, and this is the voice of the Ahlul Bayt. That's why Isa alayhi salam, Jesus peace be upon him, says the most important and the last thing. Somebody, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a guidance, give him tawfiq. So he came to the Jama'ah. He came to every gathering here, came to the Jama'ah, came to the Jum'ah. Then he do the khair. He spend money for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then become habit to him, become malika. When become malika, Allah will create angel. And this angel gonna keep him, guide him to do a good thing. And Jama'ah, the prayer of the Jama'ah is beautiful. You know what the hadith from the Prophet peace be upon him says, Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. I have a lot point, I don't know, inshallah the time will be enough. The Prophet peace be upon him says that the Jama'ah gathering 10 people and more in the prayer of the Jama'ah. فَلَوْ كَانَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُتَّابًا, if the angels writing, وَالْأَجْجَارَ أَقْلَامًا, all the trees in the earth are pen, وَالْبَحْرُ مِدَادًا, the sea are the ink, وَالسَّمَاءُ قُرْطَاسًا, the sky is the paper, مَا أَحْصُوا ثَوَابَ رُكْعَةً مِنْ هَذِهِ الصَّلَاةِ. They are not going to count the reward of one ruk'ah of this prayer. See what the blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Jama'ah. Amir al-Mu'mineen told his son, Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, Amir al-Mu'mineen says, this is my son from Abi Bakr. He's completely with the following Amir al-Mu'mineen, he didn't follow his father. He put him as a leader in Egypt. And he wrote a letter for him. Amir al-Mu'mineen wrote a letter for one of his leaders. What he told him. يا ابن أبي بكر صل الصلاة لوقتها الموقت لها pray, O the son of Abi Bakr, pray the prayer in the time, exactly the time. لا تعجلها لفراغ, don't hurry and you pray before the time. ولا تؤخرها لاشتغال, and don't delay your prayer because you're busy. واعلم أن كل شيء تبع لصلاتك, and let you know everything you do on this earth is belong to your prayer. That is how is the important is. Need tawfiq. Tawfiq to do the prayer. Somebody no. Take the opposite way. Spend all his life to do the ma'asi, to do the sin. You know, when you go to California, between California and the Mexico, there is one road. They say there is one road. If you miss the exit, you will find yourself in the different country, in Mexico. So those people who didn't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who didn't obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they didn't pray, they didn't fast, usually is they miss the exit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to obey Him, ordered us to pray and do the fasting and these things. And we have to keep this. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, he told the Shia, he said, keep reciting this ayah. رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us in the right path. Allah give us trouble on this earth, give us a test in this earth, and He wants to see how we deal with that. Sometimes He gives us a problem with the money. A person who rich, suddenly he bankrupts, become poor even he don't have a food. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to see what we have to do, how we act. This is test from Allah. Everything we got from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's a poor and he hit the jackpot, or what they call it, lottery, and he become a millionaire. A person who thought money is good for him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows what is good for us. We don't know. We think it's like wealth and money maybe is good for us, but maybe it's not. Maybe this money will guide us to the wrong path. We never know. Qarun, you know Qarun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him, I don't think there is somebody has a treasure like Qarun. And when the time came for the zakat, what he said? He said, إِنَّمَا أُجِيتَهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ, is my money, is my knowledge. Allah said in the Quran, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَيَطْغَى أَنْ رَآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. Human will have a money, the money fools him. I didn't say everybody. It's beautiful when you have the life and the dunya, ma ajmala. The deen with dunya, they ijtama, religion and dunya, both of them to come together is beautiful. The believer is stronger and richer is better than the poor believer. But this is test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah do the test for us. Allah give test for the kids. Sometimes we work hard, we cannot have a kids. Then we have the kids, then they pass away. You raise your kids until the age of the 20, you want to marry him, then he pass away. Allah took him. So you don't know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared for you. There is a treasure people came to do the Hajj. And when they come to Hajj, usually it's the sunnah to start with the grave of the Prophet to go to visit the Prophet. So they came, and you know those people are treasure, like business people, it's not regular people. So usually they look to what? They look to the business, they look what they're selling stuff in the Medina, they're selling what the thing is go fast, they're selling how is the wealth of the people, what they wear. So they check a lot of stuff. They have experience with that. They came, they find the slave sitting beside the mosque of the Prophet. And he has in his hand the leash of the horse. They ask about what's wrong with this guy. He said, this is the slave of the Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad as-Sadiq. One of the businessmen came to this slave. He told him, hey, let me tell you the story. He said, what? He said, I am a very rich man. I have too many land, too many houses, too many stores and businesses, too many caravan of the camels go back and forth, a lot wealth, a lot money. And I am willing to pay you everything I own if I be in your position. I can take the leash of the Imam, I can take him to his home, return him back and serve the Imam Salah. This is a man, nobody know him. He's African, his skin is different, nobody respect him. Then somebody offered him to be a richest man in the Medina. He becomes so happy. He said, I have to go to tell my Imam. He said, okay, go, I will take care of the leash. So the businessman, he grabbed the leash, sit, and the slave went to enter the mosque to tell the Imam. During the road, he was thinking how he gonna make the Imam accept. So he came close to the Imam, and he was thinking what he said. He says, he told the Imam. Imam says, what's happened to you? What's brought it to you? Why you are here? You should be outside. He said, I have a question for you. He said, yes. He said, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me a rizq, the wealth, and this rizq come to me from Allah, do you accept it or you are not going to let me have this rizq? Imam says, the rizq came to you, but through me. I take care about you, I give you food, give you whatever you want, clothes, anything you want. But if there is something extra, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to give you, I don't mind. So he told him the story. He said there is a businessman, he willing to give all his money, all his houses, all his land to be in my position. Imam says this word. He said, "Amma in kunta qad raghibta anna." If you don't like to serve us, وَرَغَبَ غَيْرُكَ إِلَيْنَا فَلَا مَانِعْ لَدَيْنَا. And somebody else, he willing to serve us, we don't mind. The man becomes so happy. But before he left, Imam told him, come, sit, because I have to advise you before you go. Then it's your decision. Imam told him, he says, in the day of judgment, Allah, the Prophet be so him, he will grab the nur. Alaykum salam. Allah, the Prophet be upon him, he will grab the light of Allah, the nur of Allah. Then we are the Imams, we will grab the light, the nur of the Prophet. And our Shia will grab the light of ours, the nur of ours. This is in Judgment Day. Then for you, you're gonna ask in Judgment Day, oh my Imam, why you left me alone? That's my advice to you. The Imam, the slave, he put his head down, he said, no, I want to be with you in judgment. I select the akhirah than the dunya. I don't want the dunya. How many of us can win in this test? How many of us, they give you everything you want? Instead of to be a slave. And he would rather to be a slave with the Imam than he become free and own everything. So he went back. The businessman, he looked to him, he says, you came back, your face is different than the face you left. You left, you are laughing, now you are look like a bored, sad. He said, no, I cannot accept your offer. I will stay, serve my Imam. That's my final decision. This is test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a test. Don't say I am good, I am the right path. Imam al-Sadiq says, keep saying this ayah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, رَبَّنَا لَا تَزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. That's why we're reciting that in the dua, in the qunut. Do khair before it's become too late. Do amal salih before it become too late. Help the Islamic Center, support the voice of the Ahlul Bayt. This is a very good thing to do. The Prophet has a beautiful hadith. He says, whoever built من بنى مسجدا كجعجع قطات. Qutat is a bird, small bird. The chest of the bird is like this much. That's it. That's how big it is. The Prophet says, whoever pay money to build like small piece in the mosque, Allah will build house for him in Judgment Day. We talk about the test, inshallah. This is the last story, inshallah, have less than 5 minutes. A man, his name, Jundub ibn Junad al-Azdi. We have two Jundub. One, Jundub ibn Junad is the Abu Dharr al-Ghufari, and this is the second one. Jundub ibn Junad, this man from Azd, he talked about himself. He said, I fight with the Amir al-Mu'mineen in the day of Jamal and the day of Siffin. 2 battles, he fight with the Amir al-Mu'mineen. And you know the Jamal is the first battle between Muslims and Muslims. The other group is Muslims. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, إخواننا بغوا علينا. Our brothers, they attack us. Siffin, then they become the day of Nahrawan. Nahrawan, Khawarij. Today is their generation, the Wahhabis. The Khawarij, some of them used to be Hafaz al-Quran. They saved their Quran in the heart. Subhanallah, their generation is the same thing. Some of them the same. Just they know the word, but they don't understand the word. Then now, this man has to face and fight his teacher, the one who was teaching him Quran in the mosque. How is the test is that? It's hard. You find a man who's your teacher, your example for you, they teach you the Quran in the mosque, you find him in the other side, and you are on the other side, you have to fight him. Either you fight them or you fight your Imam. For sure, as Amir Munin is your Imam. He fight with the Imam with the 2 battles before. Now with this battle, he has doubt. The doubt comes to his heart. Then he don't know what he have to do. He came back, he put some shell, and he sat. Then he saw the Imam was sitting some area, but the Imam cannot see him, he can see the Imam. There is a man came to the Imam and he told the Imam, Ya ibn Rasul, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, people are passing the river. Imam says, no, they shouldn't pass the river. There is another man came, he says, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Wallahi, they passed the river. I swear to God, I saw them. I came from the battlefield. They passed the river. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he swear to. He says, Wallahi, they didn't pass the river. The Azdi was sitting and was see the dialogue happen in front of him. He said, either this Imam, his basira has know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him, or he's a liar. If he's a liar, I'm the first one, I'm gonna hit him in his head. And if he's a truth man, I will go fight with him. Then he said, I left, I went to the battlefield, I see the people in the other bank. They never passed the river. He said, in that moment, I was thinking, I see the hand of Amir al-Mu'mineen in my shoulder. أتيقنت يا ابن الأزد أني لا أكذب? You make sure I'm not a liar? And the man, he said, I came to the hand of the Amir al-Mu'mineen and his feet kissed him and said, yes, ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, I feel sorry. So we never know. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us many tastes in this life. We never know if we're going to pass this test or not. That's what we keep to Allah, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. يا الله آمنا وآمن المسلمين في أوطانهم يا الله. شافي جميع مرضانا يا الله. اللهم إنا نسألك الكفاية والهداية والموت على الولاية يا الله. اللهم عجل في فرج مولانا صاحب الأمر والزمان. عندنا مرضى موصينا بالحاجة إن شاء الله. اللهم شافي كل مرضانا يا الله، لا سيما مرضانا المنظورين يا الله. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. وإلى موت الجالسين والمؤمنين رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة قبل الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل